ACLU attorney Gellert, what is this random lettered name? What the says there were people who returned from El Salvador after the flights because they either weren't Venezuelan or were women, and the El Salvadorian government declined to take them. Boasberg vows to get to the bottom of whether his order was violated. How long is it going to take you to figure this out, Chief? God. Okay. I've heard this called theory-splaining by Ezra Klein. When people act like Trump has some kind of plan, when it's actually just retaliation. Oh, sure.
Yeah, please name one. Exactly. It's so... And this is the thing, is that a lot of people that are defenders of this are going to try to use, like, these arguments. Oh, yeah, well, look at this study that, you know, uses a frame of reference from 1948 to make a judgment call on what's happening now.
Why not just say I've never read a single study in my entire life about anything ever? Why not just say that?
It's outrageous.
All right, last thing.
You are not and have never been a member of the Nazi Party of the United States, have you?
Come on, Tom, are you serious? Nope.
Thank you. Sorry to have to even ask. And, oh yes, the Hitler dog thing.
Okay, the dog thing's bullshit.
Great, I thought so.
Different spelling.
Okay, different spelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay, the dog thing's bullshit.
Great, I thought so.
Different spelling.
Okay, different spelling.
Yeah.
Okay, and this other one that came up, just to fend this off, have you ever read Mein Kampf?
Yeah, a couple times, I guess.
Hitler's dog was named Blondie. Oh.
Yes?
A couple of times?
Okay.
Are there Easter eggs in there you didn't get the first time?
Look, I'm interested in that period of history, Tom, okay? I've skimmed it.
Skimmed, yeah, thank you. And what specifically do you find interesting about that period of history?
The scale. The tragedy.
Hell yeah.
Of
Yeah,
who?
which tragedies specifically?
Europe decimated. 7 million Germans, 20 million Russians, 5 million Poles.
Oh, shit. Okay, I understand why you linked this.
Yeah. Just checking the till here, Mark, and it seems you're short a few million.
Million? Okay. So Jagali, what show is this? Succession. Sounds cringe. Okay. I don't know if I'm asking for like too much. Like maybe nobody can do this politically. I'm not sure. But hold on, I'm finding the starting of this fucking Twitter thread. Okay. Harry Sisson convinced 11 different women that he had no roster and respected them for more than their bodies, while persuading them to send explicit photos of themselves through Snapchat, including one from a domestic abuse survivor. When the women discovered each other one by one, he called them all insane and attempted to coerce one of them into telling the public that the photos were fake. A request to the reader: set political differences to the side. I believe both sides of the aisle could agree that this is unacceptable behavior from a man-child with collectively over 2 million followers. Okay. This is the whole story. That's the whole story.
Figure out.
There was a 9-minute video that Cyber Vegan linked, I think, in that document. I don't know what that 9-minute video is. But we can say, let's just assume that everything here is true. All right? Let's just assume everything here is true. Assuming everything is true, it's like bad behavior. Maybe we can say like fuckboyish, maybe. I mean, I haven't read the DMs, mainly because I don't give a fuck. But we'll say at worst it's fuckboyish behavior, okay? I don't know why you would ever, one, go public and start talking publicly about all of it. Like, you need to make videos about it, everything. Two, I don't know why they're being referred to as, like, victims or why Harry is being called predatory. But we're getting to this isn't even the part that's, like, the most important part, I think. Okay, wait, hold on. I haven't watched this video yet. We might watch this. Actually, I think I might watch this. All right.
Shall we? So before I get into these around...
Hold on, because some guy's saying this, and a bunch of you, like most of you guys, are retarded as fuck, and you all keep saying this. That's not even one of the women. It's a Republican girl. I've seen a lot of brain-dead dipshits in my community saying, like, this is a Republican, this is a Republican. Yeah, this person is a Republican. I don't think all these women were Republican, though. I don't think all these underlying women were Republican women. There's all some giant Republican trap. So I don't know where this brain-dead... maybe some YouTuber or some Twitter guy said this, and now you just, like, copy it without saying it, but this is not a Republican's fault, okay? This is the left responding to this is the issue, all right? This is a conservative operative or whatever. Like I say operative, it's not like secret, but...
50 screenshots providing evidence and context for
hold on,
anything that I have said. I do want to reiterate something just for even more context. I met Harry in summer of 2020. We were both kind of like the original political TikTokers, and we were on the Dem High Pass, which was a huge political TikTok account. Our relationship has always been friend-based. However, when I did go to Jersey to visit my aunt, he has a summer house there, so we did hook up a couple times. So it was kind of like friends with benefits, but it was kind of established that if we...
The 9-minute video I linked is also a MAGA propaganda Twitter account. This person is this person? The problem is not with MAGA. The problem is with you, okay? You have to understand this. Stop blaming MAGA for the fact that left-leaning people give a fuck about this shit. It doesn't work. You're retarded. It's not relevant. Like,
saw each other in person, we'd probably hook up, but our conversations outside of seeing each other in person or whatever were never really like flirty or anything like that. So I was never under any sort of impression that we were exclusive ever. We never were like that. So my story is going to be different than a lot of these girls. Just putting that out there. So up until about maybe the beginning of 2023, I would have considered Harry one of my best friends. And let me know if you see a pattern here. But what really kicked that off was that he was the one recording my rapist when I called him and got him admitting to rape.
hold on. No. Also, just fucking drop this. I've already argued the opposite of this enough that if you haven't heard me argue, go find a past video on it. Is it fair to say that it's weird for a famous person to talk possibly with their fans? Can we say this might have an unfair power balance? No, you don't understand it, so just don't talk about it anymore, okay? When people just scream power balance over and over again without anything else, no, you don't deserve to talk about it anymore, okay? Eat rocks. You're fucking retarded, okay? You don't even engage in that analysis. There are power imbalances that exist in every single relationship ever, okay? Most men can kill most women that they're with. Most people make more money than their partner does. They don't make equal money on everything. Some people come from different backgrounds, different classes, different whatever. These types of things always exist. If there is a problem, then show the problem. Don't just say that one might exist, okay? So for instance, if... I can't even believe I'm explaining it. It's such a waste of fucking time to explain this because people are so fucking retarded about it. If Harry was DMing like a girl like this, also you called her a fan. She said they were both content creators, so your question is even more retarded. But if Harry was DMing her things, saying things like, hey, do you want to go out to dinner? If you do, maybe we can do more content together or stuff like that. That's an example of an abuse of power, okay? But to just say that one person has more influence than the other or one person, no, you have to demonstrate that. There's a difference between a red flag and a landmine. Okay, you have to demonstrate it.
Raping me on audio, okay? Which was great, whatever. And then Harry started drinking. So when Harry started drinking, he started getting a lot more aggressively flirty. I apologize for my hand tremors, I can't control them, but if you want to pause and screenshot those, these are times in which Harry was getting obliterated drunk.
Wait, are these tremors or are her hands just shaking a little? Tremors?
But if you want to pause and screenshot those, these are times in which Harry was getting obliterated drunk and calling, FaceTiming, and saying very sexual things to me. I didn't really care. You know, it's whatever, drunk words, sober thoughts, you get it. And then this is when I noticed kind of a shift in Harry. He started to...
What is the point of leaking his drunk DMs? Humiliation, always. All of these women are getting off on it, unironically, are schlicking up in their disgusting cunt group chats, okay, where they're fucking actually getting off on how much random DMs and shit that they can leak from this guy. 100%. Otherwise, there's no reason to. Why? But
more attention, a lot more...
Like, this woman came like 15 times while she was printing off these like 50 pages of DMs that she could like have her little exhibitionist schlick session with when she made this video.
Following.
Jesus.
And he created a Discord in which it was a very exclusive Discord, and very strange, creepy people were allowed in the Discord.
That's why she's shaking. True.
I was in it for a little bit, but I was like never allowed to talk in it. So that's where Harry meets somebody named Camille. Okay. I was advised not to, by my father, not to pursue an internship or a job with this Camille guy because my dad said he looked sketchy. Harry decided to go ahead and do so. And this is when I started getting messages from a minor, whom I will not say the name.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, a lot of the quote tweets for this shit is funny. Harry has this tendency to call girls lunatics and crazy. Girl sitting at a desk covered in printed out text screenshots with her hands uncontrollably shaking the entire time. True!
With autism, who is also in the disc.
Also, not to excuse fucking minors or whatever the fuck else, but when she says this person was a minor, my understanding is, wait, was this 3 or 4 years ago? Because I believe that she and Harry, I think, if this is 3 or 4 years ago, were like 18 to 20 at the time, I believe. Because I think Harry Sisson today is, it says about 23. So if this was 3 or 4 years ago, she might literally be 18 or 19. Like, and so if a minor is messaging her, they're 17. What the fuck are we even talking about here? Like, but okay.
Whom I will not say the name, with autism, who is also in the Discord. He was probably around 14 at the time.
Okay, whew, that's a lot younger. Whew, careful. That's a defended Dan moment. Okay, 14. Well, but oh wait, hold on, wait. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. Back off. We don't even know what are these people like. Is it just like a politics server or whatever? Like, what are they talking about? Can you not have minors in any server ever? Do we just ban all under 18s? Like, there's no sexual content or whatever. Who the fuck cares? Yeah, I'm sorry. We're not even talking about like dating or sexual messages or whatever.
And he was sending me some concerning things regarding what Camille would send to him. Those are things I cannot show for legal reasons. But
how old was the Camille person? I imagine they're at least 18. So, but okay.
Very much so did happen, and I contacted his mom, everything. But you know who was working for him? Harry. And I told Harry about everything that Camille was doing. Here's the proof of that. This is a conversation between Camille and the...
Okay. Wait. If you're not in a serious relationship, is it bad to not mention other girls you're seeing? If you want to be extra gregarious, I think you could mention it. But my default, I would assume that if you haven't had a conversation with a person where you have explained to each other that you're going to be not explicit. What's the word I'm looking for? That you're going to be, somebody will say it, exclusive. If you haven't had that conversation yet, then I'd assume you're not. Don't ever make the assumption that you're exclusive with somebody without having the conversation first.
The minor in question.
Wait, and gregarious isn't the right word either. What's a better word than if you want to be nicer than you really have to be? What is it? What's like a word I'm looking? There's a nice word there. Like if you want to go above and beyond, there's a single word there. Generous? No. Gracious? Maybe. Oh, magnanimous. Hold on. Is that the word we're looking for? Generous or forgiving, especially towards a rival or less. We'll say gracious, I guess. If you want to go above and beyond, if you want to be extra gracious, then you could make it. You could make it known that you're talking to other people, or whatever. But like, if you haven't had that exclusive conversation, you just assume that you're not.
Camille texts him, "Why do they know so many details? Then why do they have screenshots?" And in those same texts, you will see him saying he's going to lose a business partner, aka Harry. Now, Harry would respond with, "Yeah, that's super messed up. I won't work for him anymore. That's crazy." And then I got this message from the minor saying that Harry still is working for Camille. So I reach out to Harry. And this is the conversation from that little debacle. And then it got to a point wherein I was...
Why are there different color schemes and everything for this?
Seeing if I should be contacting the police.
Why did she print them out? My guess is because she's literally doing all this on TikTok. We're going... We've flowers for Algernon ourselves to where we made fun of our parents for not being able to use computers. Or I guess in a lot of cases, your grandparents. Then millennials knew how to use computers. And then Gen Z kind of knew how to use computers, and now Alpha and like early Z or late Gen Z only know how to use cell phones. They don't know how to use computers. So we breached the computer critical mass in society, and now we're receding back into everybody just knows how to use a phone.
Because this minor happens to be based internationally. He's not in America. And I advised Harry that I'm doing so And he starts advising me not to do so. Through call, through FaceTime audio, mind you. But here's the conversation about him advising me not to do so. And if you see with all of the other girls too, he loves calling women lunatics.
No, I'm sorry, but I'll start doing that when women start doing the bare minimum amount of communication. Both of us are consenting adults. Why are we unloading that responsibility on men by default while also believing they're incapable of being emotionally intelligent? I'm so tired. Why are you saying, no, I'm sorry, like you're disagreeing with me? Like I said, I would just assume that you're not exclusive unless you've had that conversation.
They're crazy, conspiracy theory, his favorite. Okay, let's continue. Oh, here's a random little tidbit, not really related to what I'm talking about, but...
Fuck, we keep pausing. I'm like missing the story. To be fair, isn't it more technologically impressive to be able to get a printer to work? No, because clearly she wasn't able to get them to work because half these things are different fucking colors.
The conversation about him advising me not to do so. And if you see with all of the other girls too, he loves calling women lunatics, they're crazy, conspiracy theory, his favorite. Okay, let's continue. Oh, here's a random little tidbit, not really related to what I'm talking about, but I figured I'd share screenshots of Harry with my saved inappropriate photos in the chat. See, I am really sitting here admitting that I did send inappropriate, because it was like a fun little fling.
Oh, also, just as a real quick thing, okay? If you are a woman and you're waiting to out like some guy's bad behavior after he shot you down for an exclusive relationship, you're everything that you've accused that guy of doing, you're just as bad or just as complicit in hiding or being a part of. Like, how do you not even feel an ounce of shame? Well, I know how. It's because women on the left infantilize themselves so much that they treat themselves like retarded children, like they couldn't do anything otherwise. But the fact that, like, assuming all this stuff was bad about some guy that Harry works with contacting a minor and I guess sending them explicit stuff or bad stuff, I don't know because we didn't see any of it. What? So you weren't going to say anything about that as long as he picked you? But because you found out that, you know, he was talking to other girls, well, now you're going to do the moral thing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? How morally fucked is your brain to think that that's like an acceptable course of action? What the fuck?
For me, this is like less about the romantic part of anything. I don't really mind that. Pardon me, admitting that I did send inappropriate, because it was like a fun little fling. For me, this is like less about the romantic part of anything. I don't really mind that. I don't like that they're saved, but like the whole inappropriate photos thing, not really my main issue. The context of it is though. So hold on. So here's me saying point blank to Harry, what's a conspiracy theory? The grooming part or me quite literally finding your relationship with Camille and all of this is suspicious. That's a speculation, not a theory. Anyway, and this is after Harry called me about 20 times and me not answering, and him saying, this is truly insane, like, Hannah, you don't know anything about Camille in this entire situation, nor do you know what Chris and I dealt with when it came to Camille. Essentially, like, putting his issues with Camille above the fact that he's literally grooming a minor. Anyway. Eventually, however, I was manipulated.
I still don't know what these grooming texts are. I don't know if that was happening or not, but maybe it was. I don't have an opinion on it.
Into thinking that he was no longer working for Camille. Whoops. So then October 7th happens. I don't know.
Is it just me or does English text backwards kind of look like Hebrew? Maybe it's just because the line is starting on the right or whatever, but...
I showed this already, but this is also important in the context of everything. I'm sorry this is so confusing. Everything is everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, we're kind of the Charlie Always Sunny in Philadelphia Sativa fucking episode, but whatever.
So then Harry calls me saying that he's making some federal complaint against Camille. Okay, and I'm like, period, right? And so here's that conversation. Essentially,
thank you.
He tells me that 2 other people are in on it. And then I said, okay, we had a little tiff path behind us. We're homies now. He then asked me for nudes, unsent the message. And that's what I was talking about when I said, tried to get me to send him nudes. Because
okay, so?
He pretended that he cared about the predation. So I said, I saw that, you freak. Are you drunk or something? Okay. But I didn't realize that until way later on, because... also, sorry. I am on my incel arc just a little bit. I will be for a few months. Whenever a girl says, I didn't realize that until later, let me translate for you. When a girl says, I didn't realize this until later, what that translates to is when I was in a group chat with a whole bunch of other girls and we were yasquinning each other to see what fictitious events in our past we could blow up into the most insane shit ever, then we found one. That's what that means, by the way, just in case you didn't realize that. Then October 7th happened and we were constantly arguing about that. So here is me trying to call Harry because I was trying to talk to him about, Middle East stuff. He questions. He says he's tired. I say, whatever. He goes, you know what it's a perfect time for, though? Referring to nudes. I said, you're funny. Then he unsent a message, and I said, I saw that, you freak. Anyways.
I wish I could read these. Because right now she's saying, like, I saw that, you freak. Like, I can't read any of these fucking messages. In the way that they're chatting with each other, are these, like, playful messages? Like, I saw that, you freak. Or is she, like, actually mad? I can't tell because I can't see the totality of, like, text. But she's reading them in the straw man voice, or in the angry voice. I wonder if they're being sent in that voice, but I don't know.
And he unsent a message, and I said, I saw that, you freak. Anyways. Then I had a phone call with the minor. He called me at, like, 10 p.m. I was
You talk to a minor? Fucking disgusting.
like, what the fuck? I answer, and he's asking these really, really strange questions, and I'm like, what the hell? Come to find out, Harry and Camille were working together to try to get me to say something. So if I say anything in the future, I'd lose my credibility. Okay. And here, I know it's small, I was trying to put
Bro! Ah! What's the leftist meme? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? What are we doing here? Oh my god.
Reserve ink. And I know it's probably going to be backwards too. Whatever. I'll post these more straight up next time. That is the fake cease and desist I received soon after. For 500.
What is a fake cease and desist? What?
More straight up next time. That is the fake cease and desist I received soon after. For $500,000. Accusing me of.
That's not a cease and desist. That sounds like a demand letter. Jesus. Wait, what is this? Okay. Middle East shit, not something, don't want that. There's unpopular opinions I'd like your input on or something. Sleep, tired, whatever. You know what right now's a perfect time for, though? You're funny. And then send it on send. Okay, so these are not like, it sounds like these are like playful messages. I'm guessing, assuming they're like still talking and friends. That would be my guess here, unless I saw more, but.
Racism on TikTok because I have anti-Zionist approaches to things, amongst a ton of other insane things, which I will share later on. So I confronted him about it, yada, yada, yada. And if I didn't already have enough proof of him asking me for inappropriate pictures at very inappropriate times.
Why does she keep saying inappropriate pictures? What? It's just a nude. What do you mean inappropriate pictures? Is he, what? Like, why would we, he's asking for nudes. Okay.
Here's more, where I say to him, so true, he wanted me to stop picking an argument with him, stupid. So true, I'll meet you in the middle. Next time you want inappropriate pictures, just find someone else and leave me alone next time. He said, yeah, that definitely works for me. So there's him admitting that. Anyways, here's also more creepy text regarding inappropriate photos.
Oh my
I don't remember
God.
the context of some of these, so. Now when the
What do you mean you don't remember the context? You just printed them all out. What? Why are you showing them if you don't even know?
creepy texts and threats come in. This is my favorite part. All of these, okay, all of these are all screenshots of threatening texts I got.
Threatening text now. Okay.
But it doesn't end there.
What is that background for that? Was the printer running out of ink?
Screenshots of threatening texts I got.
Oh, when he said, mashallah, I can't read this. Even if you reversed it, I don't know if I could read it. Somebody can flip it if you want. Jesus.
But it doesn't end there. I have an audio.
An
So
audio.
I got a phone call from a
I hope she asked him.
block number when I was home in California. My sister recorded this, and this is kind of what happened.
Who? Don't post anything about who?
Camille.
Who's Camille? I was lying.
Marooned.
Oh, Camille Maroon. Or what?
For your own sake,
Or what?
or I'll fucking kill you.
There's an
Wait, what? Was that Harry? Wait, is this a real... I'm sorry, I need to listen again. Wait, what is this?
I was lying.
Marooned.
Oh, Camille Maroon. Or what?
For your own sake.
Or what?
Or I'll fucking kill you.
There's an example.
That was like a 6-word phone call. Wait, what the fuck is happening here? What?
So when Harry and I kind of went
Also, if that was a legitimate death threat, how is this 8.5 minutes into the video? Well, now I understand this is part of a larger TikTok video, but why wouldn't you lead with that? Maybe she does lead with that in her actual video.
dark, you know, like we stopped talking to each other altogether, it was because he found out that I was still talking to this guy I used to talk to. And he called me, told me to go fuck myself. Was just super fucking pissed.
Well, who cares? Wait, was that phone call supposed to be Harry? This pales in comparison. Like, yeah, so he sent me a bunch of texts asking for nudes. He called me once when he found out that I was talking to another guy. He told me to go fuck myself. He called me and he threatened to kill me. And then he was just generally like a really inappropriate person. Like, wait, hold on. All of these things are not the same. He threatened to kill you? Yeah, that was before he called me, and he was so pissed that I was like seeing some other dude. Like, wait, hello? Magnitude, guys. Magnitude.
That was happening. So maybe he thought I owed something to him, but I didn't. And I didn't think he thought I did. I don't fucking know. Also the end all was the loss of my now regrettable friendship with my old friend Melina, whom I have a screenshot on that.
Wait, what?
This is her essentially ending the friendship with me because I was posting shit about Harry. So, I mean, who knows?
We got sleeper operatives.
I don't know if any of this made sense. I'm really sorry that all of this is backwards in regards to the screenshots. I will be kind of breaking it down in parts, but this is just kind of the full account. There are definitely things that I missed and screenshots that I did not show because it's just I don't have much time left in this. So there is more to the story, but there's just some evidence on some of this stuff.
Okay. Somebody posted screenshots of the actual things. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Hey, Hannah, just a heads up. Things are about to get intense. Harry's furious, and he's not playing games anymore. Expect a cease and desist landing in your inbox any moment now. This isn't a joke or an empty threat. Brace yourself, because it looks like he's really going through it. Please take this seriously, and maybe consider getting legal advice. Stay safe. Let me just read these. Hold on. Camille and Harry are planning to dox you. This is serious stuff and could really mess things up for you and your family. Please think about beefing up your privacy settings or getting some advice on how to handle this. Don't take it lightly. These guys are mean business. Or these guys mean... Who is even talking to her? Okay, with Harry, no point. Likewise. Just leave me alone next time. That's Harry saying that. LOL, what? Didn't realize an active political voice could be so offended by someone criticizing them. And then he said, nah, I'm not offended by any means. You clearly just wanted an argument. And I'm saying next time you want to pick an argument, just find someone else and leave me alone next time. We're still homies. We're still not homies like that, to be honest. So she said, so true. I'll meet you in the middle. Next time you want nudes, just find someone else and leave me alone next time. Smiley face. He said, yeah, that definitely works for me. She said, LOL. Oh, wait, she said in her thing that he was admitting that this works for him to get nudes from girls. I think he's just saying, like, that works for me. Like, yeah, let's not talk anymore. Wait, what? Okay. All right. This drama, all this shit doesn't actually matter. I don't actually care about this that much. Okay?
I've been
Shut up. This is kind of why I think this is important, though.
to me what's happening here.
Sure. So we have...
There was a better chart somewhere, I think, that showed it broken out by age more. But the gulf... Fuck. There was one by age. Does anybody remember what timestamp it was? Hold on. Was it this? Oh, this. Okay, I've kind of been complaining about this for like 5 years, all right? But whatever.
Women and men, and for support for Kamala Harris. And so what you can see is that for voters over 30, the gender gap was fairly stable at around 10%, which is roughly where it's been in American politics.
And voters over 75, it's even lower.
That's right.
It's a fairly low gender gap among older voters.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people underestimate how recent the gender gap is. Historically, Republicans did better with women than men. And, this was true across most of the West, that center-left parties did better with men than women. And, that's changed in the United States in the Clinton era. But, it's been stable since then.
This is unreal. The gap in support between men and women under the age of 30, under the age of 25 especially, swings insanely heavily conservative, all right? This, I'm going to call this the soy slope, okay? This can't be the case, all right? We have to stop this shit, all right? So I don't really care as much about the Harry drama. What I do care about, and what is absolutely, I'm sorry, I'm going to take a strong stance on this. I don't give a fuck about it because you think I'm biased or not on it. This is not... Okay, I'm going to be honest.
With Harry.
I haven't watched this yet, so maybe what he'll say will be super acceptable. I just saw the title. I'm watching this for the first time. Hopefully he's not reasonable and it doesn't undermine my whole point. Good luck.
I'll let you know, I am not friends with Harry and Chris anymore. Absolutely not. From the conversations that I had with people, I cannot associate with them at all. Like, I'm just going to be totally frank and totally honest with everyone. I have gone through a lot emotionally in the past few days, and unbelievably so much the past few days, and that's why I haven't been live. I typically am live every single day. Like, y'all know me. I'm live every single day. I personally have been very impacted by this, like, in terms of this emotionally, and I'm very hurt by everything that happened. I'm just going to be totally frank, everyone, and, like, I don't want to, like, get very emotional on the live because I know how people are going to, like, clip it on, like, on, all the different sides and stuff like that. So, like, I just, like, don't, I guess...
Like, you motherfuckers are talking about... It sounds like you're talking about a rape. Like... And these are the largest, like, progressive debate bros... Debate boys? I don't know what you'd call them. On TikTok.
I'm not friends with Chris and Harry. And that's it. There's so many thoughts that I have in my head. So many thoughts. So many thoughts. And I don't think right now I'm even in a place where I can adequately give you guys those thoughts in a way that makes sense. So I think for right now, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not friends with Chris and Harry. And I think as time goes on and I'm able to gather my thoughts and present them to you guys in a way in which makes sense, we could do that. But honestly, right now, I'm tired. I'm defeated. And I've gone through so many emotions in the last 2 days.
Like, this, we're fucked, okay? If these are our young men's, champions, and I don't even necessarily mean, because these are good people, they're good guys. They're not like bad people. I don't mean to say that they're idiots or anything like that. But we have to be able to say there's two better options than this. There's a kind of a shitty one that would be the same as the right, or there's the good one. When I started this segment or whatever off, I'm thinking, like, is it possible to ask this from our side? The shitty one is you guys just need to do what the right does, which is ignore all of it. Unless it's really, really, really bad. Just say, oh, that? I didn't even hear about that. Nothing happened, or fuck women. Okay, whatever. That's it. And just move on. If you have to, unless it's a serious thing. Or the second thing is, now I don't know if this is like a superhuman request. I don't know if this is literally fucking impossible. But can you not just say, I saw the Harry shit. Yeah, it seems stupid. He fucked up. I don't know why I did that. It was dumb. And then move on. That's it. That's it. What is the, what's the quote? When a friend makes a mistake, the mistake remains a mistake, and the friend remains a friend, or whatever. When a friend makes a mistake, the friend remains a friend, and the mistake remains a mistake. This shit is actual AIDS cancer. Destiny, their female fans will murder them. Good. I think we can shed a few white women so that the other ones grow up. The yas queening environment, the yas lighting of women that get together in a group and they all crawl around in their diapers with pacifiers and they talk about how evil they've been manipulated by men, is fucking retarded. We need to, and then here's my introduction into the lexicon, all right? We need to talk more about the fuck zone, all right? Everybody talks about the friend zone. Everybody makes fun of guys who think that if they friend a woman hard enough, she'll magically start dating them, and then they make fun of the guy for doing it. We need to make fun of women that get trapped in the fuck zone, which is where they start shipping nudes to a guy or they try to fuck a guy over and over again until eventually he'll date me. And then when he doesn't, they are like, oh, he gaslit, crazy made, raped me, whatever the fuck. This is fucking retarded. Okay. If you do it, you're just as manipulative as the fucking guy was. You're just as manipulative as an incel friend zone dude or whatever. Like, and also, but then also as well, let me back up. I'm sorry. I was so excited to be misogynistic. Let me back up. Friend zone and fuck zone. This shit also just happens in late teens, early 20s, late 20s. It happens. People make dumb mistakes. People fuck up in relationships. People get played or led on, or they lose track of their feelings, or they're not accurately understanding where they're at and the other person. These things happen. Okay. It happens. Learn your lesson. Move on to the next thing. Not everybody's an abuser. Not everybody's a manipulator. Not everybody's a gaslighter. Not everybody's crazy making you. Not everything needs to be spread out to the public for everybody to know. And for the love of fucking God, okay? If you are a woman, go talk to your mom and dad or talk to one close friend, okay? Because women are like nuclear reactor cores in that when you put too many together, it hits critical mass and it becomes really fucking retarded every time, all right? If there are more than 4 women in a group agreeing about how evil some dude is, you're probably on some retarded shit, okay? This shit is so fucking stupid. I cannot believe I'm watching like the largest TikTok personalities disavowing their friend who fucked up, who was like sexting 11 women. Meanwhile, there's like videos of PBD, Fresh and Fit, and fucking Andrew Tate that the president of the United States, who's civilly held liable for rape, okay, or asked Romania to send him over here, okay, who's on camera admitting to trying to fuck a 15-year-old in sex trafficking, okay, really he is. Those people are like all cool on all the right, and then on the left, like, it's hard for me to summarize my feelings. I thought I could endure, but then the 11th girl came forward that he was trading nudes with. I just couldn't handle it. 11. Like, bro, stop. Stop this soy fucking shit. That's okay. That's all I have to say about this. And it's not even like a LOL drama memes. It's like it's actually hurting our fucking political party. Okay. Now we're lucky in that most of these retards are too young to give a fuck enough to vote. But I don't know how long this shit will stay. We've never seen a divide this big. We've never seen a divide this big in terms of gender gaps for voting. So if this continues on or continues to expand, it's not good. All right. Jesus fucking Christ. They just want clout. Notice how they are buddy with Hassan, but Harry Sisson is off limits. It doesn't matter what the reason is. It's broadly supported, I think, by the left. Like, you just need to calm the fuck down. Jesus. What is this graph saying? Sorry.
I agree. This
is showing the gender gap between men and women for who they supported in the 2024 election. So the gender gap, meaning, so at age 75, there's a 5% gap between who men and women voted for. So maybe 52% supported Trump and 47% supported and 47% supported Kamala or whatever. And then as you get younger, you see the gap between men and women are hitting huge amounts, where maybe 60% of women supported Kamala, but 40% of men supported Kamala. I don't know if I said that incorrectly the first time, but it's the gap between what men and women are supporting in who they're voting for. But the younger generation is skewing really heavily conservative. And it's not because of the economy. It's not because of affordable housing. It's not because of billionaires. It's not because of... It's because of this fucking red pill, weird infantilizing woman shit. It has to stop. Whoa, new Almost Friday TV video.
One little mistake, one little slip, and that's it. You're dead.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I know what the consequences are.
But then why? Why go to these lengths?
Because I love her.
Fuck. Okay, I'm sorry. That's the only time I'll pause. Then we're moving on from this topic. In my opinion, we need to stop conflating the race issue with the gender issue. Maybe I'm projecting, but I don't think white men are anywhere near as attached to being white as they are attached to being men. That is true. I've said this a lot on shows, because when I go on red pill shows or whatever, I'll agree with this. There are... I know this hurts some of you still here. Okay, I know this hurts some of you to hear. There are, on the aggregate, differences between men and women that are probably like very reductive to or explainable by real biological differences between men and women. Not just physical stuff, but like temperament related stuff as well. Now, I think conservatives for a long time, and there's good evidence for this, have heavily exaggerated this, but those differences are very real in a way that racial differences are not very real. I think that racial cohesion is a thing that has been achieved on scales probably previously thought unimaginable in terms of the different types of ethnic groups that live in different huge cities across the world, and contribute to society in a whole bunch of different ways and are fucking combat units and everything else. But men and women are still everywhere. There's still like there is a difference there, and it's worth paying attention to. Gender differences are not the same thing as racial differences, and to treat it as the same is fucking retarded. But, okay, shh, calm yourselves. Okay, moving on.
One little mistake, one little slip, and that's it. You're dead.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I know what the consequences are.
But then why? Why go to these lengths?
Because I love her.
When did you know you wanted to scale your ex-girlfriend's apartment building?
As soon as she changed the locks. Relationships are hard. You know, you're not always gonna be in the honeymoon phase, but that doesn't mean you should just give up on each other. I mean, Maggie and I were so happy in the beginning, so happy. We just need to find that again.
The people who know a little bit about what Avery's trying to do are like, yeah, that's weird. But the people who know exactly what he's trying to do are freaked out.
Have you thought about calling her?
She blocked me.
So, she blocked your number and she changed the locks?
Yeah.
And you still think she wants to talk to you?
Yeah.
All right, for your approach, you're gonna start on the southwest corner of the building. Now that looks like a dumpster, but it's actually an electrical box. Once you reach the 6th floor corridor, go ahead and bivvy up, because the next part of your climb is the most challenging part.
I don't get fixated on drama, but isn't Dean just saying he doesn't want to be publicly friends with someone who is playing a dozen women? Is he saying to cancel him? It seems like Dean has standards and friends aren't exceptions. Idealistic at worst. You're fucking retarded. I don't know what to say to you. Yeah, maybe that is all. Okay.
7-Eleven ascent. Pure face. I scaled my ex's building back in 2019. Walked in on her having sex with my boss. But that was only 3 stories. 11 stories, it's a different animal. I'm the only one who's really ever done this before. I'm the only one who's qualified to help him prepare. I've been telling Avery climbing's 50% mental, 50% physical, and I'm worried about him physically and mentally.
Why climb without a rope, though? Why take that extra risk if the goal is just to talk to her?
It's romantic. And I know if I fall, it'll be her fault and it'll weigh on her conscience the rest of her life, so.
Whoa.
She also has my retainer.
What?
My retainer. I left it at Maggie's the night we broke up.
This chick wants nothing to do with him, but he's not going to listen to any of us.
No, he's not gonna listen ever. It's Avery.
It's Avery.
Yeah.
He's not.
I love Maggie, and I'm not ready to give up on her. Not yet.
Baby.
That picture was of an actual climber who looked shockingly similar to the actor. This guy? Okay.
Hi. Do you guys want any snacks or water? Or...
Hi. Who are you?
Oh, yeah, it's really hard for me to grasp, why he wants to do this. It's really strange. But I know that it's important to him and he'll regret it if he doesn't, I guess. So I'm just trying to be supportive for sure.
I mean, I could just stop, but it's like, I don't want.
It was Adam Ondra, possibly the world's best climber. Wow.
I mean, I could just stop, but it's like, I don't want.
Are you okay? His teeth sometimes hurt because they're shifting because his retainer's at Maggie's.
No, I already told.
Fuck! Oh, baby. You want my help? Can I help you? Let me help you.
Do you feel like the left is a testosterone issue? Like there's no good masculine figure representing them? The problem is it sounds so cringe to say it, but it's just the demonization of all masculine figures or masculine traits presenting in men is a problem. It's just cringe. You just need to stop doing it. You just need to calm the fuck down on it.
Maggie Fitzpatrick?
Yeah? Hi.
My name is Sal. I'm doing a documentary on Avery Gendreau.
Who?
Avery Gendreau.
Avery Gendreau?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, we never dated.
But he said you changed the locks on him.
No, he never had keys because we only went on one date. Sorry, what did you say that he's doing?
She said you only went on one date.
You got pranked, dude. You got pranked. That's textbook Maggie. She's always pranking people. One date.
Yeah, I don't know if it felt like a prank.
I know it was. You got pranked.
So what are we looking at here?
Okay, so this right here is the triceptica. The triceptica is the part of your brain that makes you feel shame, that enables you to have boundaries with people.
Triceptica? Is that a real thing? Triceptica. The triune brain theory. Wait. Okay. Triceptica removal surgery. What the fuck is this? A hemispherectomy, a surgical procedure for epilepsy that involves removing or disconnecting a brain hemisphere to stop. Okay.
People. It tells you, hey, maybe it's time to leave the party.
It's like what part has shame? I don't know. Isn't the amygdala the thing that has all the emotions in it? What part of the brain experiences shame? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, prefrontal cortex, that's cringe. I want the emotional thing. This is where judgment about the self occurs. Posterior insula. The posterior insula is the part of the brain that engages visceral sensations in the body. Huh.
Maybe, it tells you, hey, maybe it's time to leave the party. Maybe,
My ex-girlfriend doesn't want me back?
Exactly. See all that? That's your average 30-year-old male's brain when he's being told that he needs to stop seeing someone. Let's look at Avery's brain being told the same thing.
What? Why isn't the Triceptica lighting up?
Did you watch the Free Solo doc? This video would make more sense if you had... Okay, this is all like a parody of the Free Solo doc. Okay.
Exactly.
No, we never dated.
You see?
See what?
He never had keys because we only went on
The video.
Sorry, what did you say that he's doing?
What video?
His brain shuts down whenever a conversation isn't going his way, even remotely.
Behave.
All right, so watch this. Let me show you this. This is heart monitor here. Okay, watch what happens. Hey, Avery! Maggie doesn't want to talk to you no more!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Do we need a nurse?
No. Chill. Watch this. Avery! Maggie just called and she wants to get back together with you!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Destiny, I'm a neurologist. Tri means 3, generally. Thank you.
Avery, you there?
Yeah.
Is it every time he dies, is this bad for his brain, or can he do this 100 times in a day?
No, it's definitely bad for his brain.
Oh, it is?
I mean, yeah.
Can you kill him one more time? I just want to see this.
Yeah, totally.
think you should stay at your place tonight.
Wait, why?
When we communicate, I feel like, you're not listening to me. I feel like your brain shuts off when I tell you something you don't want to hear.
I'm sorry, but I didn't know that I
But, see, you hear that butt?
I caught it.
You caught that butt?
Yeah.
See, you're always doing the butts.
Yeah,
Why not
I
just
don't
yes,
have-
I
Yes.
agree.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
Yeah, of course I worry about him. I mean, what if something happens? What if I never see him again? But this is what makes him the happiest. So who am I to tell him not to do that?
So why today? Because it feels right. So you want to scale an 11-story building today because it just feels right?
Look, you can prepare and prepare and prepare and prepare, but at some point, you just gotta frickin' do it. And yeah, it's scary and it's freaking terrifying. But when I'm up there, I'm not thinking about, oh, I'm 10 feet up. Oh, I'm 100 feet up. Oh, I'm 500 feet up. No, man, like I'm thinking about that next ledge. I'm thinking about that next balcony, that next air vent. I'm thinking about Maggie. And if I die, I die. I don't want to live in a world without her. I don't plan to live in a world without her. I'd rather be dead.
Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door!
Uber Eats for Maggie.
Hey, it's me.
No.
Whoa, hey,
No.
hey,
No.
Maggie, I just want to talk to you.
No. You're not allowed to be in
Maggie,
there. Get
what
away.
are you
Get away.
doing?
Get away.
You're embarrassing
Get
me.
out.
They're fine. They're with me.
They're
with
not
me.
fine. If they're with you, they're fucking freaks.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to be
I'm sorry.
I'm not even affected
I don't
by
know
you.
what I did.
I love you. I love you.
I want you guys to leave.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Get out of here, guys. Go, all of you.
No, not.
We don't feel safe
No.
anymore.
Get
out.
Don't.
Don't come in here again.
Get out.
Get out, all of you.
Get out.
True love is a labor, not a gift. And when it's hard, that's when you know it's worth your while. When every fiber of your being is telling you no, that's when you know you need to keep going. And yeah, it's scary, but it's also the reason we get up in the morning. Love is everything. So why wouldn't you fight for it?
True.
It's impossible to ignore the scent of nature. It's what inspires us. It's what moves us. It's what drives us to reach the peak of freshness. With mountain air, body wash, and deodorant featuring a crisp scent blend of alpine air, fresh lemon, and wild pear. That peak is in your grasp. Thanks to Every Man Jack. Naturally powered with clean ingredients and an exceptional performance. Every Man Jack. It's for the everyman.
Based. Top tier J-Reg meme.
What's up, man? Shit, how's it going? Yo, peep my fit, man. Word to your mother. Oi, the
Hey, you guys cut out that backwards culture immediately. You'll all be proper Chinese citizens by the time we're done with you. What's going on here? Oh, hello, sir. It's just like you asked for. The re-education program is going swimmingly. What's going
on, Brother, that is not proper Mandarin.
No! I said to genocide the Uyghurs.
absolutely epic. I'm gonna be honest. Why do the best artists have to be so fucking crazy? I like J-Reg personally as a human being. I think if I've ever actually met the real J-Reg before. Okay, and I think his content is like decently funny. Right? I think you laugh. I don't know if anybody has come out that has been like better at like ironic humor though than Sam Hyde. I don't know if I rewatched this whole thing last night. I don't know if anything will ever. This was just so peak. This was just peak. God, fuck. I can't believe that Ian didn't understand any of this. Even until the very end. It was just...
Crazy setup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. What's going on, man? Hey, thank you for doing this, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. You don't care if you're doxxed or what?
Oh, 385 Columbia Ave? Hey, stay away. Hey, get any cute girls out there. Don't be coming by 385 Columbia Ave. I'm shy. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously got a bigger viewership. And it's like your brand, you can't be messing around with people who are like unsafe.
Yes.
Like, what's he going to say? Is he going to talk about Hitler?
Like, the thing that I appreciate about Sam Hyde's irony, regardless, well, not regardless, I don't agree with his political views, because he is a Nazi, unfortunately, or neo-Nazi, whatever. But like, all of his irony has a point. I'm not sure sometimes when I listen to J-Reg, I don't know what the point is of the irony is, other than to just, oh, I don't understand anything that he's saying, right? Whereas all of Sam Hyde's irony is very pointed. I don't want to overuse the word intellectual, but and it's not like, oh, you got to read books or whatever, but like even this joke here, like, oh, I know you're a big YouTuber that has a lot of viewers or whatever, and that's the only reason you're talking to me. Right? He's right. It's the poking fun at like clouded YouTubers, you know, clout documentary. You can't talk to people with edgy views. Like every piece of irony that Sam Hyde does, it has a purpose at least, right? Or it's satirizing a particular thing or element. And you might disagree with the political views, which we all should hear, motherfuckers. But it's all very pointed and deliberate, which I don't know. I appreciate it.
PewDiePie, okay, I'm not going to bring anything about Hitler. I got to go. Let's go get. Listen, I'm not as racist as PewDiePie, okay? I'm not going to bring anything about Hitler. I got to go. Let's go get my
The whole PewDiePie memes.
mechanic has to teach me how to top off my oil because I don't know how. And that's a thing that I've never seen before.
You're okay?
That's Danny right.
Wave your head.
I have not
The fact that he hired this girl to play that.
waved my head now.
Oh, well, I haven't like waved my head without the fluid in it in like a while, but yeah.
The environment.
How much planning do you think he did for this? When I watch Sam Hyde stuff, and this is true for the skits I've seen of his as well, and a little bit of the MDE stuff, it feels like what they do is they have like a template or a skeleton, and then they prepare for that, and then everything inside of the skeleton or inside of the template is like improv, I think. That's what it feels like. So I'm sure they planned, and that he booked this room or studio, and he told people we need to be here on this day. And then from there, he's just like, here's like, this is who you are. Do this, do that, do that. But not like, say this at this time, say that, like, just this is kind of like the character, and then go or whatever.
Was very uncomfortable as a whole. Talking with Sam, you know, he's very forward, and he's got a big personality. The rest of the guys there were very
Dipped in Sherm. You want one, John?
I'm good, thanks though.
weird. The whole environment was weird.
He did a video explaining everything he did. Wait, Sam Hyde did? For this? Did he really?
But when it came to Danny, it was just sad.
Okay, so yeah, if you just like stop smoking, your blood pressure goes like all the way down. Can't you like give her a hug, you know?
Wait, link me, because I haven't seen that before.
Like, blood just stop flowing.
Do you know much about Andy Kaufman? Not as much as I'd like to know. I've watched Synecdoche, or is that how you pronounce it? Synecdoche, New York. And wait, or is that Charlie Kaufman? Wait, are these two different things? That's Charlie Kaufman. Oh wait, who's Andy Kaufman? Are they related? Schenectady? He was an absurdist comedian. Oh, I haven't. I've heard the name before, but I don't know anything about it.
I really didn't know how to feel. I would say that the rest of the guys made me medium level uncomfortable. Danny made me extremely uncomfortable.
So the bit was just that Sam Hyde convinced iDubbbz that he was white trash. I think that I don't know as much about their history as people that follow internet lore as much, but I think that the bit is that iDubbbz wants to do some very serious, like, get to the heart of who Sam Hyde is and what he stands for, and is he really a Nazi, and what's going on here, and how do you do your whole creative process? And then the bit is, I'm going to set up the most ridiculously retarded fucking facade ever, and we'll see if Ian falls for it and how long he'll, like, not understand what's going on, while also simultaneously kind of like making fun of him and like what he stands for and his side of like the more kind of safe, consumer-friendly YouTube shit along the way, basically, is what it feels like to me, I guess.
I have more. You want to see my tattoos? I feel like a dog sitting on the floor.
At that point, I feel irresponsible just like talking to her. It felt like we need to get her help or something.
I'm basically
idea, whether that's like a viral video to get me back on top.
I said like we could do something like TikTok related. Like
Yeah, because Ian had Ian had already kind of moved to the safer, whatever he is now. I don't even want to say safe edgy. He was out of his edgy phase completely at this point, right? I think I don't know if he'd made his apology video yet, but I think he'd already kind of transitioned out.
Doing TikTok videos?
Literally like just anything on TikTok. Like a dude dancing, like just you flossing. That'd be so funny. Just some dumb shit like that.
That's a really good idea.
So my name is Yeshua Aronov. I go by Joshua. Ooh, whoa. Okay, let's get you more. You guys grab me some paper towels. My mom always told me keep my head back, but like that shit doesn't work. So I'm 21, freelance graphic.
Didn't iDubbbz understand Sam towards the end of the video? No, which is actually strange to me. I don't know if iDubbbz lost his ability to understand this type of humor, or if this sounds so pretentious, or if iDubbbz's mind just doesn't function at a level to understand the Sam Hyde irony. He never really got it. Sam Hyde had to literally tell him at the end, you know this is like all fake, right? I hired that girl. She wasn't real. Like, Ian at the very end was asking, he's like, is she okay? What's going on?
Graphic designer, I'm a writer for Sam. Like whatever he needs me to write. Like.
Oh yeah, Dan Vasco. Yeah, I think also Sam Hyde probably thought this was going to come off as kind of like a hit piece as well. So of course Sam was going to kind of troll him back, you know.
Like he'll send me a prompt and I'll just like write it.
All right, so flossing video?
Yeah. Or like I don't know, Among Us is popular.
Among Us?
Shit like that, yeah.
Yeah, like Reddit sus.
Among Us mukbang. That would be so funny.
Among Us mukbang. A Reddit sus.
I saw, well, a lot of people, Among Us stuff, I think a lot of people are doing that.
I am Jed Neptune, that is my name. I am 22. Dude, every time I'm asked, I forget how old I am. I edit video primarily, and I'm also crypto strategist for Sam.
Have you made any money with that?
Yeah, I made mad money.
Did you really make mad money?
Yeah.
What did you buy?
This Chinese kami fucking coin. It was pretty sick. It's illegal to buy it. Can you edit this out?
I'm into.
And then some people are saying iDubbbz was making documentaries on lol cows. He met Airsoft Fatty, and that video was big. He was trying to make Sam a lol cow because iDubbbz's girlfriend was attacked by Sam's community. There you go.
Cardano, XRP, stuff like that. I won't bore you with coins, but we're pretty into the crypto world. Like if you've ever seen Sam's Twitter, he's constantly on that. And I basically put him onto all that stuff.
But I did get that play from the crypto training, so I don't think it should be on things to spend less on.
What reason is there to believe Sam when he says it's all fake? I don't know how to like boil this down into like an understanding, but it reminds me of. Do you remember when Mr. Girl, I think, was it when he was talking to Lauren Southern? I think it was that conversation where at some point, I think Mr. Girl asks her, he says, do you really think I'm abusive or something? I think he asked that question, like a point blank question. I think it was in a convo with her. And I think her response is like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. And he gets sincerely upset because he's like, what do you mean you don't know? How do you not get that what I'm doing is a bit, or I'm poking fun at your inability to separate your understanding of people from, you know, social convention, and you can't see what I'm actually doing. Like, I feel like when Sam is doing stuff like this kind of ironic stuff, you're just supposed to get it, and if you don't, Like, he's going to roast you for it, as opposed to Max or Mr. Girl who will get upset over it. Like, Sam is just going to endlessly torment you over not understanding what's going on. I don't know if that comparison made sense.
And all that stuff.
But I did get that play from the crypto training, so I don't think it should be on things to spend less on, because it's been making us money.
I mean, Julian lost a lot of money on that, but...
I'm not gonna snitch, but Julian did spend $110 on skins.
On Fortnite?
Yeah, Julian.
He's busy, don't mess with him. He's making genius happen.
You can call me Bick, I guess, for the purposes of this. Age, 23.
Would you rather have a conversation with Sam or iDubbbz? I don't know, maybe iDubbbz? I've talked to Sam before. I didn't really have a focused topic on what to talk about, though. I don't think that conversation was that great. It would depend on the environment. If I could sit down and talk to Sam for like 2 hours, maybe. But I don't know if he would trust me to have that conversation. I'm not sure. Like, I actually... A conversation that I really didn't like was the first 30 minutes of talking to Nick Mullen. And then a conversation that I really liked was the last 30 minutes of talking to Nick Mullen. But I think there was like a little bit of buy-in to figure out like what the other person was saying or doing. Unfortunately, things kind of self-destructed the day after. Well, not yet. I guess I'm still here, so I haven't self-destructed yet. But wait, he's confusing himself with Lauren, LOL. Destiny was talking to Mr. Girl and said that. No, there was another person. There's a girl or somebody that Mr. Girl was talking to, and he asked that question. He was so upset by them not knowing if he was an abuser or not that I think he ended the convo. I'm almost positive this is a conversation he was having with somebody else. We might have had that conversation too, but I'm almost positive I saw him have that moment with somebody else. No, I don't believe it was Ayla. I don't think so, but I don't remember. But Nick was super interesting to me because he seemed like a funny dude. He seemed like he'd obviously had a big history in entertainment and comedy, and we were the same age. And then he's like in this weird depressive midlife crisis-ish moment, and he's like branching out and looking for something new and trying to figure out like what drives you or what's fulfilling to you. I just thought that was an intensely interesting thing. But we only had like 30 minutes to talk after, so yeah.
I guess you could say...
Nick retired after that convo? Damn, my allegations bothered him that much? It was 100% Ayla? Oh, maybe it was Ayla then, I don't know.
Just for the purposes of this, age, 23. I guess you could say kind of do a little bit of everything. Editing.
With how much you are praising Sam now, it doesn't seem that even with 2 hours, you wouldn't end up just promoting his Nazi beliefs. Unless you have some anti-sarcasm tactic. Wait, what? I think he's a Nazi, but he's really good at irony and humor. Sam is, he's a very good eye for aesthetic. He's very good when it comes to like doing skits and irony and this particular type of stuff. He's very, very, very good at it. He is. I don't know what else to say. I don't know.
23. I guess you could say kind of do a little bit of everything. Editing. But I'll like shoot stuff. I'll help write and like direct and stuff too.
Whose idea was weed vape?
That was my idea, but it wasn't.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a really bad idea.
Why?
Being too high isn't that fun. Funny, but I just don't want to do that.
Okay, weed vape is off. That's not funny.
Mr. Sam, sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to check all the entrances.
All right, we're back.
Understanding Sam's ironic humor style, where everyone commits to the bit, how can you be so sure he's a neo-Nazi? Maybe he's playing the long game? No, because good irony or good satire is satirizing something. This is one of the reasons why I'm a little bit critical of J-Reg, is because I feel like sometimes he's so ironic, he's satirizing irony, or he's just being ironic for the sake of being ironic, which is not as insightful. It's not like a bad thing, it's just describing things, okay? But if Sam Hyde was being a neo-Nazi in an ironic manner, what is he satirizing? It doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't coincide with the way that all of his other humor works, you know?
Let me know if we're clear to use this door at some point today.
Right, it's locked for now, but I'll let you know.
All right.
Okay, my name's Wack, I'm 32, and my job is security. He just wants to make sure that everything's safe around like the work area.
And this is a serious thing, it's not a joke.
What is? I'm actually security for Sam, yeah. I've been doing it for 6 months, yeah.
Okay.
We're all putting the threat level because that door's unlocked. Chris, we got a security stand at the hold here. I'm putting us on red until Chris stops messing with the lights.
Like honestly, like he's cool, but like sometimes he'll just like open doors like really quickly and not like tell me he's doing it. I mean, I can't be at both of the doors.
That's actually necessary.
What's above red?
Why are you so interested?
I'm just curious what happens.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, there's green, which is like pretty much there's no threat. And then there's yellow, orange, red, and double red. That's like the top like threat level that you could possibly be like in the office.
There's like a new trend where like hot girls are like playing with Legos.
Yeah.
Want you to drum up a thing if you legitimately haven't thought of it.
Yeah.
Is this something that you think you should think about?
No. It's not.
I'm curious about your relationship with Danny. Has she been on?
Is iDubbbz recording thinking this is serious? Yes. Like this is an interview he does with Sam. He thinks he's serious the whole time, and it's I don't know if it's because Sam feels sorry for him or what, or if he's just bored of it or whatever. But
drugs since she met you?
She's been on drugs since before she met me. So if you're implying that I've driven her to drug use, you are incorrect.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's what I wanted to sort of get out of the way.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Have you tried to get her any help?
No, seeing as she's a girl I paid $500 to shave her head and pretend to be my girlfriend, no, I haven't tried to get her any help. Should you want me to try?
Well, okay.
I don't know her that well. It's probably not my business to get her off drugs. Also, I think I told her to put her hand in your pocket and pretend to be on drugs.
Shut up.
You think are you serious? You think I would date a girl that has her hair shaved like that?
Yes.
You think I'm a fucking mental case?
Yes.
No, actually, I've known her for a long time. And
this is so upsetting to me right now.
You think I'm a fucking...
I can't believe. I'm just so curious. I guess iDubbbz never really did ironic humor. He just kind of did like early YouTube humor stuff. I don't know if you would necessarily describe it as satire or irony, but it's crazy to me that he didn't understand this until like the very end of this day. I don't know. Yeah, I think he was just more like kind of dry and edgy. Oh, damn. 4.2 million views.
On drugs.
To be fair, he might not have known much about Sam. Of course he did. The whole internet did. And I think they'd had a personal tiff already.
Drops from the overhead compartment, removing a face covering. Before placing the oxygen mask over your nose and mouth. As part of our clean commitment, everyone must wear a face mask over your nose and mouth and secured under your chin and neck during the flight. You may briefly lift or lower the face mask while eating or drinking. Please keep your mask.
iDubbbz did not want to release the footage and only released after Sam told him he would release what he recorded. Oh, if that's true, that's really funny.
On if you want to sleep somewhere, they don't have to wait.
It's just like a sip. It's just like a sip. Same thing? Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Like Sam wants me sometimes, you know, just keeping an eye on the cryptocurrency space, trying to like, you know, XRP, I think minimum probably gonna...
Like, this is funny because the whole time, like 50% of Ian's brain is trying to understand what he's saying. Like, okay, this is important to follow along. And then the other 50% is like trying to like, is this actually real? And he's like stuck here the entire day. I don't understand how.
Hit. What's it at now?
$5. It's gonna be
$5 and a year,
Yeah.
easily. So, you know, it's 50 cents now, it's 10x.
Right. Well,
You put
what's giving you indication that's going to be going up?
Have you not seen this video? I haven't seen this one. I didn't know he put out a whole counter thing. I'll probably watch it tonight on stream or something. Do you think iDubbbz was ever funny or just someone who emulates those around him, so picked up on Chad, Max, and Frank's humor? I think iDubbbz was legitimately funny. I think it's sad. I don't know if you would call this like the soy-pocalypse or the soyzition, the soy transition. There are a lot of older content creators, I mean me included, who were way more aggressive and we can say problematic, I guess. Too much racial or misogynistic humor that was really exclusionary to a lot of people. There are some people who just didn't survive the leap into doing newer content that was like more inclusive of everything, but like still genuinely funny. I think Ethan from H3H3, I think he made that jump really well. He had a little bit of a stumbling block, but I think for the most part, he made that jump really well. I think I made that jump pretty well. Ian was one of the people who fell into the pit. He didn't make it over the thing, and he became ultra soy.
It's just
everything. Brad,
like YouTubers.
The SEC lawsuit getting cleared. Brad House meeting with Davos.
The SEC thing got cleared?
Yeah.
It's all good now?
Yeah.
XRP is going to be back on top, so you know.
Watch iDubbbz's most recent video. He's just political nowadays. It feels like creators had to choose between aging with their audience or appealing to the same static age group. Well, no, I mean, like, there is, like, times change. Like, I don't know how to say it more simply. Like, the environment that we exist in changed. The internet became way more open. A lot more people joined. In the early days of the internet, it was really, like, nerdy white dudes, and that was it. Like, truly, that was it. It was super nerdy white guys who were very, very fucking edgy. And it was a totally different environment. The standards for behavior were way different. Like, you can be playing games and spamming the N-word at people. You're never getting banned for this. Like, the idea is impossible for you guys to understand. So, like, 15 years ago, the idea of getting banned for racial slurs on, like, battle.net, like, it's just impossible. Why would you get banned for typing at somebody? I don't even know if you get, like, doxing and swatting. I don't even know if people were swatting yet. It was just it was a totally different time on the internet. Like, yeah, on Reddit 10 years ago, or maybe 15 years ago, 10 or 15 years ago, like, jailbait and creep shots were like front page subreddits, where jailbait was explicitly sexually appealing images of minors, and creep shots were upskirt creepy pictures or whatever of women that didn't know they were being photographed. Like, these were mainstay subreddits. These were big subreddits on Reddit that everybody, I think, wasn't Spez like a moderator of one of these? Like, it was just a totally different time on the internet. And I would say that we've lost some good stuff. There were a lot of attractive women on jailbait. No, I'm just kidding. Stop. We've lost some good stuff in that the hyper commercialization and capitalism, I guess, of the internet now means that it's a lot more production stuff that you see on the internet. Like, you don't really have the kind of raw amateur feeling of, you know, just people making content on the internet that's like entertaining. You've lost that, but then you've also gained, you know, Turkey Tom actually said it best. I was really surprised to hear him say this, is that now way more people can make a living doing internet stuff. So there's more opportunities for work and everything. There's more types of content available, arguably, even if it's all kind of like commercialized or whatever, and that more people are now able to join the internet and have fun with it. Like, there's spaces for women on the internet and for minorities and different nationalities and different age demographics. So, like, we've gained a lot. We've gained more than we've lost. We've lost a little bit. We gained a lot. But you have to be able to adapt with the times, right? Yeah. What is his last video? 1 day ago.
It's like memeing into existence a government agency.
And then speaking to the internet the way it likes to be
I thought jailbait was barely legal women, no? No, then it wouldn't be jailbait. What?
spoken to, which is memes, actually.
The left can't meme.
Harris' campaign was trolling Trump.
They're already trolling him. He has been trying to troll the city back as much as he believes he's been trolled.
It's epic trolling, shall we say.
Just makes trolls like myself very happy.
I am become...
Wait, he fucked it up. What makes it jailbait is that they look like they could be minors. Wait, I thought jailbait was supposed to be like a hot 17 or 16-year-old. So it's like jailbait. How would an 18 or 19-year-old be jailbait? You're right, Chad is wrong. Okay. You guys sound like when people are like, oh no, like a 18-year-old with a girl can be a MILF. That's what you guys sound like right now.
Meme. Yeah, pretty much.
This was an epic troll. He's trolling the trolls, and it's so epic.
Master grade A trolling.
A troll at the...
Destiny, did you partake in fat people hate? I think, like, I'll say snark communities, that's what they call them now, or anti-fan communities, or like hater communities or whatever, or communities that are fixated on like shitting on some group of people. I feel like those are unhealthy places. Like, if you spend a lot of time there, I just feel like the people end up becoming very, very, very weird.
Epic level.
Kind of epic.
It's been, I think the word is epic.
Unless it's a conservative hate group, then you can hate all day.
Elon Musk suggested this has been epic, and he's right.
Epic. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of iDubbbz Complains. Today, I'm going to be complaining about memes, being an edgelord, and trolling. But don't worry, if you partake in any of those activities, I'm going to give you a pass, because I think you deserve it. Because we live in hell, and you deserve to let out steam in some ways. However, I don't think our president...
He may have been trolling you a little bit.
Senators...
Just kind of like a god tier kind of trolling.
And journalists...
Trump's trolling Trudeau. He's totally trolling him.
...should be doing any of this. That's the only purpose of this video, is to air my grievances. The other day, I flipped on the news, and I saw fucking Elon Musk with a chainsaw, and he was making some fucking noises.
Turns off!
I hesitate to even call them cringe noises, because we're beyond that. You know, we're not calling things cringe necessarily. There's almost some, like, authenticity in cringe. Anyway, this got me thinking about the topic of memes and trolling. Trolling can be a funny little harmless joke that is emphasized in its unseriousness.
She has no vision, no idea. She has no solution. All she can say is Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump.
But then there's the other end of the spectrum, where you are never told whether something is serious or a joke or not.
Should I run again? You tell me.
And then that's also defined as trolling. We're kind of playing the meta irony game.
Usually when we do this though, generally have bad dog takes, like me, and are deliberate degenerates.
It's extremely painful in a world where we want to take our politicians seriously, but we also want to treat people like they're human, and they're allowed to have human moments where they bring a little levity to the situation.
I have to speak of inflation. I love these socks. What's with these socks? I'm trying to stay focused, but I'm very impressed with the VP's socks.
But I've sort of decided that politicians, they don't deserve that. Billionaires don't deserve that. And members of the media don't deserve that. I'll take it to its extreme even. Same shit goes for surgeons, cab drivers.
Okay, I don't care about this anymore.